When Brad had an accident at work when he was 18, he lost part of his right leg. An aspiring footy player, he thought his career was over. Then he found wheelchair basketball. 5 Paralympics and a handful of medals later, he's returning to Paris, but in a different role.
It's like playing basketball in bumper cars. It really is.
On the court, Brad Ness has found his calling.
You go down there and just be amongst everyone that had their own, own trauma and own things they were dealing with, but no one, you didn't hear about it. You didn't even really see it. Everyone just got there, jumped in their chairs and played, and I just fell in love with it from the get-go.
That was 30 years ago. 2 years after a freak ferry accident changed his life forever. Brad was 18 and working on a private boat, leaving Rottnest Island for Fremantle in WA.
The skipper thought we were clear, and as we were moving away from the boat, the rope was still attached on the jetty. And as I was trying to get it off the jelly off the bollard, the rope caught around my foot and tore it clean off. You're meant to die within about 5 minutes of an accident like mine, and somehow they were able to keep me alive and get me home.
Amongst the pain and panic, a fear for his footy career. Brad was an aspiring AFL player, part of the 1992 Claremont Football Club Colts.
Love my sport. I'm highly competitive. Like if we were playing marbles here, I'd want to win.
Brad was stabilised and went into surgery the following day.
I knew my foot had gone, so it wasn't like I was coming to and then going, oh my God, what's happened? I was just like, I was grateful that, that it was what it was. Like
you survived.
Yeah, I'd lost my foot, but I still had my knee and everything else, and I'd survived.
Keen to fast-track his recovery, Brad focused on getting better rather than looking back.
I wasn't ever going to get my leg back, so it was just a matter of, okay, get out of hospital, get myself right.
6 months after the accident, Brad returned to the jetty, ultimately going on to secure his skipper's ticket. But his desire to once again be a part of a team weighed heavy on his heart, and one night over beers, he agreed to play another footy match.
And it got put in the paper, and back then that was our content, right? Paper or the news. And this old guy got my details, and he kept ringing the house asking if I'd play wheelchair basketball.
The person on the other end of the line, former Paralympian Billy Mather Brown. Brad agreed to give it a go.
So I go out on the court, and there was a fellow called Johnny Federico who ran into me and smashed me out of my chair. And I'm looking at the roof, and I get up, I'm seeing red, I'm like, oh, and that's got to be a foul. And they're like, nah, Brad, it's in the rules. And I'm like, right. So I chased him for the next hour trying to catch him and couldn't get him. And I was like, I found my sport.
A natural on the court with the resume to back him up. 5-time Paralympian, a silver medal at Athens, Brad went on to captain the Rollers to gold in a 12-point victory over Canada at Beijing. He won his first world title 2 years later, followed by another silver medal at the London Games, a second world title in 2014, and at the Rio Paralympic Games, he was chosen as the Australian flag bearer.
A lot of people ask me which one was better, carrying the flag or winning gold. I think winning gold's up there, and the carrying the flag was just the icing on the cake.
Now Brad will return to the Games, leading the Rollers as head coach.
And do you feel more nervous or less nervous than if you were playing?
Yeah.
Or is it the same?
The boys laugh because my heart rate monitor keeps going off on my watch, and I still get really nervous. Like, it's just the thrill, and I always tell everyone, I say, like, embrace your nerves because it just shows you're alive and you're present and you're in that moment.
Brad's confident though his team has the talent to take home gold.
I get goosebumps just with the excitement of, I think, what we know is possible. We just have to go there and execute.
Isn't he unreal? And we can cheer on our para basketballers on Friday morning when they open their campaign.